Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Sunless Skies. This is Carillon RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we continue talking to our crew. Because as it turns out, the Incautious Driver over here has got some sort of green booger running around their fingers, and I'm not really sure what that's all about, and that sounds like a bad thing. So we're gonna visit a doctor. Don't know if it's gonna be this episode. It might be this episode. So we're gonna figure it out in a little bit. But first, let's talk to our rats. To the Rat Brigade. Aren't they lovely? Look at them. That's, so I don't remember their names. I wouldn't know. That would be the rat that we talked to. And those two are others. They said one of them was spectacled. I don't know. The Rat Brigade has made a mess of your galley. Straw, bits of blanket, and patches from damaged uniforms have been gathered into a makeshift nest. In contrast, tiny notebooks, battered derringers, and hip flasks that are not as small as you might expect are stored with care, stacked in a corner away from prying hands. We can... Wait a minute, we need Savage Secrets to talk to them? This is great. Why exactly do they need a locomotive? Perhaps sharing a confidence... Sharing a confidence of your own? Yeah, we're gonna spend it. Of your own will encourage candor? Cinders, that's her name, lights a cigar. A rat cigar. Otherwise it would be... I don't know. I don't understand. It's fine. As long as they're not plucking out their eyes like the other one. I'm good with anything. Except that. I'm not as good with that. She says, our Sarge kicked the bucket in the blockade, but the night before, he told each of us he'd left us something in a vault. Old sod must have been loaded. Thing is, we need his account number to get it. He gave part of it to each of us, so there'd be no thieving. Hence our predicament. The last mission, or that last mission, our lieutenant sold us out. Half the squad died, the rest scattered. We took the numbers off the dead, but we need to find the survivors of the company. Between us, we have the number, and we still have to find the vault. Cinders grinds her yellow teeth in frustration. Sarge kept some stuff at Carillon. Doubt it's the vault, but might be a clue. We're going there. This is great. She cocks her head. 50 sovereigns for a trip to Carillon, then? Sounds like a good thing to me. I am fine with that. That's good. That's good that we're doing this. My God, I absolutely was just missing this. By clicking here, or by not clicking here. Let's ask Cinders about Sarge. They're on a quest because of his bequest. What was he like? How did he die? Albrecht is polishing his claws. It's one of them. I imagine that guy? I don't know. Sarge casts a long shadow, he says. He assembled us at the start of the Winchester War. Oh, right, okay. So, accent there that I wasn't giving. The best fighting rats who came through the... Doesn't it feel inconsistent? Why wouldn't it be through? I don't understand. I'll just read it as it's written. The best fighting rats who came through the avid horizon. He made us a unit. He adjusts his whiskers. But we had no respect. We were as expendable. To get better contracts, we had to be respectable. So he found a rodent of officer class to lead us. Part hamster, I think, he sighs. And that's where it all went wrong. He lapses into silence, and we'll say no more. Yeah. Let's spend some time with them. They can be a riot. If they're in the mood, the Rat Brigade are playing cards. Cinders is cheating by means of mirrors concealed in the sleeves of her uniform. She has a... well, maybe that's Cinders over there. Or, I don't know. By means of a spring-loaded trap and brazen card counting. Albrecht and Petronella have devised a surreptitious drinking game around each new display of bad sports ratship. Oh boy. Okay, so let them have their fun. Let's have a chat with the Blemmigan Voyager. Has been with us for so long. This grizzled Blemmigan has seen all the world can offer. Oh yeah, they have. It has been a warrior, a poet, a king, but it finds no pleasure now in war, nor words, nor rain, and it gives us very little effects. But it is our mascot, and we're going to talk to it. Your Blemmigan Voyager perches on the back of a chair in the bridge. It's gazing through one of the stained glass windows. Is it bored? Awestruck? Searching for something? Let's prod it. Its focus is elsewhere. You're sure to startle it. Just as your hand closes on the Blemmigan, it reaches a tendril out and gently bats your arm away. None of that, it conveys. It hasn't even turned to face you. Aw. Okay, well, that's how it goes. Let's have a chat with the Repentant Devil. We're doing missions. We do have... No, we have soul flaws. Oh, about the state of my soul. Maybe he's gonna be able to tell me about that whole shenanigan about the nightmares and things. He said it wasn't refined. It's not worth much, he says, in its present condition. Too flawed. I could not cure you all that. Cure you of all that if I had time, and if I cared. No, he says he could. He could do that. Well, we know where the devils are, so we can go there and cure that. Except it's all bad things. We got terror. It's all bad things, just bad things that we went there and did what we did. So we're gonna need a caddy of dried tea. We can converse with the navigator, though. The navigator is rarely in his cabin. He's popular with the crew, and card games and drinking sessions occur spontaneously in his presence. He is, of course, never the instigator. Right. Of course. Let's just converse with the Fortunate Navigator. It's important to keep an eye on the well-being of your crew, starting with your first officer, who isn't the first officer. I'm settling in nicely, thank you, Captain. You've got a good crew here, and a sharp one. The Navigator already has visited every crew member at their station, and just like that. Although, oh, I can just click over here. Fantastic. We can just skip. From the tiara-crested brow downwards, there is nothing about the Incognito Princess that is not incandescent. She is like the sun, and about as dangerous to anything in the vicinity. Wherever the princess goes, she looks around with a surplus of curiosity and a complete lack of care. I'm gonna prove myself a fit confidant, because I have a sky story, I have teeth, it's a tale of terror, actually, I have 4. And I can learn about her. While she seems incapable of discerning between the two, the Incognito Princess seems intrigued by any mention of the daring do and abyssal horror. I have no idea what that means. I thought it might have been with an A, but it's definitely not. Anyway, thrilled by your tales, the princess invites you to her quarters. I have a secret, she says, removing her tiara before donning a second, more expensive tiara. I am Queen Victoria's daughter, she says. I trust your discretion. It's a considerable ask. This must be a captivating princess, the daughter of Victoria, who dwells in a miasma of rumors of excess, ranging from red honey to cannibalism. Well, that wouldn't be excess. I wouldn't put it in those terms. I think it is a little bit more than excess. A half-asphyxiated starling has... Starling has somehow found its way aboard. It flies to her hand. She pets it gently. I actually don't remember what a starling is. Maybe a bird? I don't know. She says, one is traveling to broaden one's mind before one takes on a new role. It would be a delight to meet with the engineers who keep the eternal ball of perdurance tick-tocking away. She smiles. You find yourself outside, just like that. We did lose the Tale of Terror and the Sky Stories. I have a bunch of them, though, so that's fine. But I have something else about her. Let's make conversation with the princess. Why is she traveling? Even though she said that already. For a change, she says with a smile. After all, I am a princess. The ambition of any princess worthy of the name is not to remain so. I suppose. Worthy of the title might have been a better term. The Garden of Insatiable Roses. And we have found it, which is great. Let's go to Carillon, and we're going to have things to do over here. Maybe port reports to write. Let's not crash against anything, as I am wont to do. And here we are. This peaceful Carmine institution was founded by the devils. Speaking of them, this is my bane. This is my bane. Okay, an overgrown shrine. Isn't that placed in a fresh... What the heck is that? Oh, The path leads you to a broken statue, seemingly ignored by the devils of Carillon, except for whoever placed the freshly lit candles at its feet. The face is poorly carved, but its features unmistakable. The burrower bellow stares at you through one gemstone eye, and an empty socket. I wonder if I'm going to be able to put another... It doesn't show over here, which is interesting, because I'm definitely not going to take that. I am not taking that. Stealing an offering. I'm not taking this gemstone eye. I thought it was like, you're going to put another one because it's the borrower, and maybe we're going to be friends with this awful creature, I am sure, that kills people who don't return what they borrowed. I imagine I'm making this all up in my head. Contemplate the statue, a terrifying visage, but with something comforting to offer too. Indeed it did. It comforted my terror. While the statue is the raw material of nightmares, I've got plenty of those. There is something soothing about the idea that even a beast like this might be harnessed. That there is the chance of such an ally for those who crack the code of offerings and prayer. Whether it is actually listening, it's impossible to tell. The thought that it even might, however, is something to hold on to in the dark. Holy crap! Holy crap! Okay, let's travel around Carillon. I think we're gonna deal with that. So we can perform all the rituals and be bad at them. We can also change... There we go, much better. Also, you have hearts and mirrors, and you have iron and veils, and you're both establishment, aren't you? She's Bohemia, not establishment. Really? The princess is not established. Okay, well, I mean, maybe she's just more towards the Bohemia situation. So we're not gonna go over it. Ooh, wait, look at that. The Garden of Insatiable Roses is just up north, and the Chequerboard Garden is probably in here as well, right there. Absolutely. Now we have very. Didn't we do this? We did the ritual already. So this is where we are. And if I go to Carillon's Foyer, I can write a port report, which is very important. The penitents come from all corners of the high wilderness. Someone will want to hear of their comings and goings. You take some notes on a pilgrim's journey through Carillon. The first port of call is the beehive-shaped office in the center, or more accurately, the long queue leading into it. From there, the infernal attendants direct them to one of Carillon's 7 gardens to undergo penances. They certainly look penitent by the time they emerge. Presumably their souls are much improved. Not that you can tell. Indeed, and this is good, because I'm going to be friends with the Tacites. As long as I don't sink their ships, or not sink, I guess. How do you do that in the sky? Let's ask about Sarge's stuff for the Rat Brigade, because we do have that quest. You are directed to the presiding Deviless. Her record-keeping is immaculate. If Sarge left something behind, she'll have made note. She glances up when you enter her office. Are they going to make a short joke because these are rats and say that she then glances down? Let's keep reading. On noticing the Rat Brigade, her eyebrow rises a fraction. Oh, just keep rising. Okay, no jokes there. We've never satisfactorily answered the question of rodent souls. How can I help you? She says. She addresses you and ignores the rats. It transpires that the Deviless is able to locate Sarge's file remarkably swiftly. She does not hand over the slim folder, but reads it in silence. There, she says. I knew he'd specified something, that those who came looking for that which he entrusted to us must first undergo penance, to avoid a repetition of his mistakes. You'll require a shift in perspective that can be gained in the Chequerboard Gardens. Well, thank you very much. I have also gained $50 for... Oh, right, because the rats are paying me. Don't ask where they keep the sovereigns. I don't know. Maybe they just, you know, they give me an IOU and it's all fine. So, we will need to go over here to shift of perspective can be gained here. Let's try that. Will I be able to just go? By the time you come out onto the plane of the checkerboard, your calves are hurting. Well, I don't know how my character is, but I just be all the time like that. It's just, oh, get out of the ship. Oh, my calves, they hurt. Well, actually, wait a minute. Aren't the calves like the lower leg? So you got the thighs, and then you have the calves. Is that what it is, or is the calves like the little, right next to the Achilles heel situation thing that we have in our legs? I'm not really sure how that goes, but that's what hurts to me. But not the calves. The calves are good. I have good calves because I was a cyclist for a bunch, and that, yeah. Anyway, the devils are playing tricolor chess with some of the penitents. White pieces, red pieces, pieces the color of a flourishing wind. Interesting. Around the edges of the board sit the patients who have already been captured or who were never part of the game to begin with. And we're going to be terrible at that. So now we need veils, but we might be able to make that a little bit better. Let's return to the center. The White Queen is captured just as you go, but there's no time to look back at the match in progress. Let's not mess with that. So I need veils, and she has no veils. You have veils. Do you have veils? Unfortunately, you don't. You definitely don't either. Is there a way to make this any better? I would say there isn't. Right. Okay. Well, let's go into the checkerboard again. Do away with you. Oh, right. The calves are hurting situation. Okay, so I can consider the Rubbery Man. Didn't he ask me to do something? I don't think I came here. He stands at the edge of the board, ignored by the players. Let's see what he says. No one has dressed him for the chess game or let him enter the board. The Rubbery Man. That sounds exhilarating. What? Let's speak with him. He stands off to one side, tentacles squirming. Oh yeah, tentacles. You should probably have said something about the tentacles before you talked about his rubbery nature. He is surprised that you approach him. He moves to make room for you in case you are merely trying to occupy his space, which must be vast. When he's, well, I don't know how big he is, but tentacles, he doesn't just have 4 of them. He must have more. I mean, that would be, I don't know how that works. He moves to make room for you in case you're merely trying to occupy his space. When you speak to him, he offers you a squishy handshake. By various signals, gestures, and directions of his eyes, he indicates that he has come here looking for this place in the world. Sorry, for his place in the world. And now I have met a rubbery penitent. Ask about the devil with the rose-colored gloves, and then hope you can understand the answer. The Rubbery Man holds up one tentacle, representing the devil with the rose-colored gloves. Then he holds up another tentacle. After a moment, he twists the two together. Are the tentacles meant to be kissing? Is that what that is? When you look blank, the Rubbery Man repeats the pantomime several times. Perhaps the devil has a lover. Perhaps the devil loves the Rubbery Man. Perhaps the devil enjoys exotic forms of dance. Yeah, let's call it dance. No one has dressed him. Oh, right. Oh, wait a minute. No one has dressed him for the chess game means he's naked? Or means he's not dressed appropriately for the chess game? First I thought he was just, not dressed appropriately. Also, note that it's rose-colored and all of this is red. That's our thing. The game is definitely changing all the descriptions of colors. And that's why we have the color of wind. And the red chess things might be any color, really. Because they could be blue, or it could be green, or yellow, or... I guess yellow is a... Nah, is yellow what's the word? Pastel color? It isn't. Beige is the pastel color of yellow. Yeah, yellow is just the bright color, but still. Anyway, it's... What is color, anyway, to a person who can only see red? It's... Right? I don't know. Because we have 3 receptors. Let's not talk about that. Let's try... Oh, wait. Oh, right, okay. So let's leave the Rubbery Man alone. And let's gain a penitence. Now, what are we doing here? It's a coin flip. We can do that. Those who name drop, who aim too high, who spend too much time in low company, who do not know their place, they wind up here. The White Queen claimed to be the bastard offspring of a devil. As punishment, she is doing vigorous exercises in a sweaty room. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. For a month afterward, you see devils dancing in the corners of your eyes. I am gonna do that again. The chances of success here, considering that we're rolling and re-rolling, because we only need 1 success, are 75%. Actually, more than that. That'd be 76.25. But let's go with 75. I don't trust this. I'll go with it. I will murder me. There we go. The chances here would have been 87.5. Actually, roughly 89%. That I would, in 3 attempts, succeed. The Red Queen signed letters with an honorific reserved for non-mortal persons. For the penitent's own good, she has been stripped of garments and possessions and given an entirely new name. The supervising devil is distracted by the play on the chessboard. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking, and there's more dancing of devils, but we don't gain terror, which is important. And at least we won, I think? Anyway, yeah, sounds like a good thing. Did we actually... Yeah, gain the penance. That's good. Let's return to the center of Carillon. Yes. And let's go to Carillon's Foyer. Go to speak to the presiding deviless. She works in an office shaped like a beehive, and I have been cleansed of Sarge's sin. I had to do it, not Sarge, unfortunately. The Rat Brigade looks almost contrite. Well, and also that is the penance over there. a single sheaf. The presiding deviless smiles at the unhappy expression of the rats. Much better. She passes over a single piece of paper from the Sarge's file. It smells of incense and jasmine. Hookah. Cinders explained its smell of a hookah. Sarge did like his luxuries. The writing is minuscule and brief. The vault is at the central office of Hallige's Bank. I think that's how it's pronounced. The account was opened in London in the year before the blockade of New Winchester. The Deviless is already working on a new file, who have apparently been dismissed. I will talk to the Rat Brigade. The game tells me the things to do. I am just bad at the things to do. I don't want you more, do I? That is 6, but I do want the hearts. Actually, that's not too bad. I had them like that. Okay, let's have a chat with the rats. Let's see. Discover what the brigade are up to. They know... Shouldn't he be... Is up to... It is a singular thing. It's a singular person. One brigade, two brigades. One brigade is up, two brigades are up. That seems simple. And you see that mistake... I'm going to call it a mistake because I'm 99% sure I'm right here. Over and over again in this game. But not all the time, which makes me think that this is... just the editor who, or either there might be more than one editor, but anyway, if there's more than one editor and they didn't all read the whole game, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll get in contact with them or something, send them an email or something. Hey, what's up with this? Am I wrong? Am I calling your game out and am I wrong on this? I don't know. They know the location of Sarge's vault. The rats do. They don't seem to want to leave your locomotive. They need the number to the account. Where do they think they'll find them? The air is thick with a scent of jasmine. The rats have acquired a hookah pipe and are reminiscing over their lost Sarge. Albrecht twitches his immaculate whiskers. They need to find Vilma, or our strategist, but it will be awkward. She was Cinders' paramour. There is a snort from somewhere in the nest. Albrecht continues. We lost touch with the others, but Vilma will know where they are. And when we open the vault, you will have a share, of course. The last I heard, Vilma was residing at Perdurance as a pet. Albrecht's expression speaks volumes. But I can only assume what it is. It's volumes, though it may speak, that expression is not... there's a word for that. Like, it's not mine to know. There's a word for that. There's a word that I was looking for. Anyway, I don't know what his opinion is of a pet. I can only imagine. So I need to go to Perdurance, which is lovely because I have no idea where that is. They didn't even tell me. Oh, but I can ask Petronella to continue Sarge's tale. Albrecht is sunk in gloom, but she might take up the story. Petronella takes up the thread, frowning over her glasses. So we had a new boss, the lieutenant. Now, he wanted the admiration of command, but the Tacketies and the Stovies didn't trust us because we were mercs, just rats, right? We did eventually get a lucrative contract from the Tacketies to sabotage the governor's engine to stop her fleeing New Winchester. Risky. Who else had the know-how to get it done, right? Her question is rhetorical. Her smile is proud. She pauses. More some other time, I think. Well, I can just spend time. Let's see what they're up to right now. Only Albrecht is available for conversation today. Petronella is nursing a hangover. Cinders has, in a gesture of kindness, gone to the galley to seek some kind of food-based cure. Albrecht steeps a tea for you both. This tea is a particular delicacy from Achilles, I believe. Oh, that was Albrecht, so with the accent. His conversation, but there was no accent here. His conversation is extensive, erudite, and acerbic. Now, I know what erudite means, even though I might not be pronouncing it correctly. Acerbic? I don't know. I would say it's boring. It sounds like what you describe something as being. You're so acerbic. Like, that sounds boring. That sounds like it's something that's boring. And also inferring from the sentence itself, probably that would be that. So we can just spend time, and they're back to their acerbic ways. Good. Thank you very much. And also, let's go to the shops. More importantly, let's go to Granaries over here. So, Gourd of Carillon Nectar. I don't need that. Don't need that. The Bazaar, no bargains. Unfortunate. From here, we're going to New Winchester, and then... Oh, we're still not going to be in New Winchester in this episode, because we're out of time for the day. But we... Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't click there. And we can look at the map, right. But we learned many good things, and I'm very happy that I did, because... Holy crap, I was missing on content. Somebody told me that they played for hours and hours. Like, this was earlier in the Let's Play. Somebody told me that they played for hours and hours and they didn't know they had to assign their officers. Well, if you're watching, thank you so much for watching and for still being with me for one thing. But for another, make sure you talk to them, because that's a lot of content right there. We just spent most of the episode just having to deal with their stuff, and we didn't even, well, like, we're early in the game. This is going on, and I like the rats a lot. But that's just me. I like rats. Who doesn't like rats, right? Anyway, we're leaving to New Winchester. We might not get this, because it's fine. We're probably not gonna get this thing, because we're out of time, and I'll return to the title screen, and we'll see what happens next episode. For right now, I'm Carillon RPG, and this has been Sunless Skies. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.